Happy Monday, practice members, practice community members, and welcome to your weekly Monday message. So first, I have to say thank you to all of those who are referring and sending new people into this space every single week. I am so grateful to you. This entire community has grown 100% organically, which means I have not paid to promote it in any capacity whatsoever. I don't even know how people find this space, but it's so lovely to just get to show up and share the things that we get to share and to see new faces in here every single week. So if you're new to us, welcome. Thank you for being a part of our little corner of the world. We are almost at 300 members, which is wild because it took me 2 years to even get to 200, and that was just a few months ago. So to see that we are growing that quickly all of a sudden, there must be people in here who are sharing this and referring people in here. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. So today's message is about the People First Project. I want to talk about it from two angles. One, I want to encourage you to participate in mine. I have my fifth People First Project coming up in a couple weeks. And second, I want to encourage you to do your own. So the People First Project is something I created in 2017, about actually 2 years ago around this weekend. I was having one of what my client calls those lovely ebbs. There's always a flow, but there's always an ebb. I was in one of my ebbs. They never stop, by the way. And I was a little panicky. That's an understatement. I was super panicky. I wasn't enjoying the work. I felt like all my clients had dried up. People were saying how much they loved me, but no one was hiring me. Hate when that happens. It does happen to me still. And I was feeling really disconnected from, I don't know, all of it, the coaching work, the self-development industry, the being a business owner, the hustling for dollars, all the bits and pieces that we have to deal with every single week. And I reached out to my then coach and asked, how do I get out of this funk? What do I do? And we went back and forth. And finally I said, you know what, I think I just need to do what I do best and give away a bunch of coaching, because I feel best when I'm in service, and I hadn't been in service in the way that I could be in a really long time at that point, at a few months. And I was feeling like I had a lot to give and not a lot of people were showing up. So I thought, I'll just give it away. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't about, I didn't give away a bunch of free coaching agreements or contracts. I gave away a bunch of coaching conversations. And I specifically gave away 40 that first time I ran the project, and I gave it over 60 days. And in the first week, I emailed a bunch of people in my community who had supported me and who had come along for my journey up to that point, and friends and not family. So that's one thing I don't recommend the project is for, but definitely friends and colleagues and past clients and people who I wanted to work with, and just my community in general. And then I sent out another invitation after that to my newsletter list, and I didn't have the community back then. So anyone who was hanging out in those spaces. And in less than a couple of weeks, I filled all 40 of those spots. And over the next 2 months, I had 40 of these just incredible, very life-giving conversations. And it did two things. One, it did regenerate a lot of business inside of my business. So I want to be clear, I did gain and garner a lot of clients from that experience. But two, it put me directly in front of the people who I wanted to work with, and it gave me access to stuff that they were going through. And I got to hear stories and solve problems and hold space and be a part of something that I didn't really know what I was in for until it was done. And I came out of it and thought, why don't we do that all the time? Why don't we just run these projects? And that's how we give a gift of our service and also invite people into the experience of working with us, because it could be that simple. And why don't we just do more of what works? So I have now run 4 of these projects. I'm about to run my 5th one. I have been asked so many times how to run a People First project. How did I start it? What do I do? How do I send questionnaires? Who comes to it? Who doesn't? What's the purpose of the project? I have written articles. I have given away templates. I have run entire master classes on the project. And if you want access to all of that, I put a link below, and go through the archives and check it out. And I hope that you run your own. I know we had a couple members in the community recently just finish their own project. So there are people in here running their project all the time. In fact, my challenge to you is to create one. because they're really fun. The basis of it is you give away X number of hours of your time in delivery to the people who you most want to serve in a small or medium amount of time. I don't recommend more than 60 days, and I don't recommend less than 15 days. So somewhere in between that, and then come up with how much you want to give away, and then start sending it out and offering people an opportunity to be a part of it. It's called a project because you are creating a dedicated experience for people. And it isn't just about free something, free coaching, free consultation, free mentoring, free advice. It's not about that. It is about honing in on your magic, your message, your meaning, why you do what you do, and then using that as a platform to give back to the people who you most want to serve in its simplest form. So if you're interested in running your own project, let me know and let our community know so we can support you in helping that happen. And if you have run a project, then post your link in the comments so people can see your project pages, or share how it went or what worked or what didn't work or what you would do different so that we can learn from you as well. And if you want to participate in my own People First project, my 5th project is coming up. Holy cow. I didn't think that when I created this, I would do it 5 times. I can't not do it. In fact, I was recently reading some other people's project pages and thought, man, I should do that again. And then, of course, my second thought, why don't I just do that again? I can do it whenever I want. There's no reason to hold on to this idea and not use it to generate awesome opportunity for people to have really good conversations. So my 5th People First project is kicking off next week on May 22nd. I'm going to send it out to my list. I am going to do 30 conversations in 60 days. Those conversations are an hour. They're 60 minutes, one-to-one with me. You get to hang out with me for a whole hour. And the calls or Zoom calls, whatever you prefer, are recorded. So you can use them forever, basically. But here's the deal. I want to thank you guys for being members of this space and letting me into your life every single week to share whatever crazy stuff comes out of my head and out of my office. And so I am opening up spots in the project to community members this Wednesday, which would be the 15th. So if you want to get into the project early and you don't want to wait for a week and a half, because it typically, the first time I ran it, it sold out in 2 weeks. The 4th time I ran it, it sold out in an hour. So it will fill, which I'm so grateful that it will fill. But there are people inside this community that I know I have wanted to talk with, and I hope you want to talk with me. And if you're one of those people, then take advantage of getting into the project sooner than later. So Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific time, I've got it all ready to go. A post is going to pop into your inbox. All you got to do is follow the link, book a call, fill out the questionnaire. There is an extensive questionnaire. I am not guaranteeing your spot though. Here's the deal. I am looking for people who are inspired, visionaries, leaders, who are in their own way, stuck, scared, uncertain, not totally clear, but excited, who have some gumption and some direction. That's who I'm looking to work with inside this project, because we're going to work on your impossible. That's what the whole project is dedicated to this time around. Anything that you feel like, I can't do that, that's what we're going to do. So if you feel like that is you, then this project is built for you. Again, you have to fill out the questionnaire once you book your spot. And for those of you who don't know where it is, it hasn't arrived yet. So Wednesday morning it will arrive, and then you can click on the link and come join me here in my world. I look forward to it. And if you want to run your own People First project, click the link below, read all of the details in the back end, the comments and the questions, and of course tag me if you have any questions of your own. All right, my lovelies, have a wonderful, wonderful mid-May week, and I'll see you next week here in the community. Take care. Bye.